Good morning. We are going to the zoo, and we've been doing this for years. Grew up in St. Louis, my daughters grew up in St. Louis, and we have been going to the zoo, well, since my daughters were in strollers, and that's a long time. We've developed a route, a thing, stuff we like to do when we're at the zoo. I thought I'd share it with you because I think it's maybe the best way to visit the St. Louis Zoo. So the first thing is you need to make sure you go early because the zoo will get crowded later in the day, especially on a nice day. So the zoo opens at 9, it's 8:30, and we are getting ready to hit the road because we want to be there to rope drop the zoo. When we get to the zoo, we don't park in the front parking lot, the one out by the highway, the one you can see with the big zoo sign. It's a great parking lot. It's wonderful. It's got the bridge that goes over. It's got some statuary, but it's busy. It's busy and it's hard to get into sometimes. So we come around the back and we park on the street in Forest Park, and that way we can walk up to the zoo for free. There is a parking lot back here, but that you can use if you want. But we go ahead and park on the street because we're early enough to do that. So the St. Louis Zoo is one of the oldest operating zoos in the United States. It's been open since 1910, and we're going to see some stuff that's been around since before the zoo was open. We're also going to see some of the original exhibits that opened in 1910 with the zoo today, and some of the newest stuff the zoo has going on because it's always changing. Construction update, they are redoing the children's zoo, which used to be right there. And the good news is that the path seems to be open again. They had that closed for a while, so you couldn't do our circuit. Now it looks like we'll be able to do that. Or are those gates over there? Maybe not. We'll see later. So we come in the back way, and our loop goes to the left from the back way. So we're going to go bears first and then around. So when you get to the zoo, I really think this is the best way to do it. So off to the bears. The grizzly bear enclosure is one of the newer enclosures at the St. Louis Zoo, and it is really nice for the bears. After the grizzly bears, you come up to the penguin house. I gotta be honest, if on a summer's day, the penguin house is a great place because you can go inside and it's air conditioned for the penguins. It also smells like penguins and fish. So we don't usually go inside the penguin house, but you can take a look at some penguins outside. Oh, jump, little penguin. Just past the penguins is our polar bear house. We just got another couple new polar bears at the zoo. I'm not sure if they're out or not today. It's probably up in the water when you get out of the. Oh, okay. Yeah, when you get out of the penguins. Gotcha. The other thing about the St. Louis Zoo is I could come here and just walk around to walk around because it's really pretty and it's a nice walk. And you got to stop and look at the flamingos, right? Love the love the area for the chimpanzees and the apes. If you're lucky enough to be here when they're out climbing in the trees, it's a great time to see them. If they're not out here though, there's a place where you can go see them inside, and we're going to walk up there in just a little bit. Dang.
Let's see if he comes up somewhere else. He's kind of be. Oh, yep. Look, there he goes. Oh, he's climbing on the rock. Look at Bobo. Look. There's one. Right there. He's on the step. Isn't he so cool? Where's the baby? Baby's over here, honey. See him swinging? Bobo, can you see the baby up high? See him? Yeah. Let's go see that. He actually wants to find the gorilla.
When you come past the monkeys, gorillas outdoor area, you come past that into the center section of the zoo. Over to my right now is the Lakeside Cafe, where you can get the snack. And over to my left is an area that we love to check out because it's the red pandas, and they may be the cutest animals in the world. Where is he? After the red pandas, we come down to check out the sea lions and the sea lion habitat. Nice big viewing area here. Oh look, the harbor seal. And you can walk inside and go through the tunnel. Coming out of the tunnel, you can come up top and see if any of the seals are playing outside.
There's a couple out.
If the apes, gorillas, chimpanzees aren't outside, you might get a chance to see them inside by heading up this way. The statue up here is Phil, the famous gorilla that was at the St. Louis Zoo when the zoo was very young and Phil was very old. People love Phil, and now he gets his statue. So I don't know what they're going to be doing in here, but the gorillas are inside for right now. Cool thing is, when you finish looking at the inside gorilla area, you walk right back out, and if they've moved the gorillas outside or there happen to be any outside, you walk right into looking at their outdoor area. Everything is going the same direction, so you come out of the gorilla area. We've actually never done the 4D theater. I guess if you wanted to try it, this is a great place to jump on. But you go to the right out of the gorilla area, cross the railroad tracks, and what is now called the Cypress Swamp is the place of the oldest exhibit in the St. Louis Zoo. This is the 1904 flight cage. It was built for the St. Louis 1904 World's Fair, and it's stayed here since. The St. Louis Zoo, I guess, was just sort of built up around it. But it's still here, and you can still walk through, except not right now, I guess, because it's closed. You can walk around the outside, though, and take a look. Over the years, the flight cage has housed all kinds of different exhibits, a lot of them just allowing different birds to have room to move. The new Cypress Swamp is kind of cool because it's designed to give you an idea what lowland bogs and such would look like in the United States. It's a swamp. There's no alligators in there, though. As you come up the hill out of the Cypress Swamp and the 1904 World Birdcage, you come to what is the oldest exhibit besides the birdcage at the St. Louis Zoo. It's called Red Rocks because it was designed to look like red rocks. Most of the antelope and other hooved animals are in this area, and it's been here since 1910 when the zoo opened. Red Rocks is also the area where some of our favorite animals at the St. Louis Zoo hang out. Our giraffes are here in the Red Rocks area. I remember when I was growing up, you used to be able to take leaves off of the trees here, and the giraffes would come up and take them right out of your hands. Now, they don't allow that anymore to try and make sure that giraffes are taken care of, but you can pay to feed the giraffes. I've always thought it was kind of strange that you walk directly out of Red Rocks with all the hooved animals and basically prey animals, and you walk directly into big cat country, which is where obviously all the big cats are. Big cat country was built when I was in like high school, and it was the most popular place at the zoo for years. It's showing its age a little bit now, and I'm sure they're working on something new, but still a great place to see the predatory felines.
20 million? Look, he sees his buddy down there. Do you think we're going in the lake? Don't get his buddy. Yes, there's water.
All right, when you're in big cat country, what you're always looking for is a bunch of people standing at the rail because that usually means there's something to look at. I'm guessing there's a tiger over here. Let's see if we can see a tiger. Oh, I know a lot of kids love zebras. If you cut through big cat country, you don't have to miss the zebras. And the newest section of the St. Louis Zoo is this primate canopy trail, someplace where you can like walk through the treetops with the monkeys when they let them out. I see some people up there. I don't know if there's any monkeys up there yet. What? Oh my gosh. One just ran across that ladder over there. Other quick cool thing about the monkey area is there's this whole play area for the kids. You get to go through tunnels, climb on the rocks, everything like that. One came over here. I don't know where he went. Oh, he came back out this way. Okay. As you come out of the outdoor monkey area, we're into a couple of the oldest buildings at the St. Louis Zoo. One of them, the primate house. There is an indoor monkey area. You can go in there. It kind of smells, and we actually don't go in there all that much. And then past the primate area, it's a little walk down, is the reptile house. And we don't go in the reptile house all that much either. We used to when we were kids, or when my kids were kids, and they used to play a game. Who could find the snake or the frog the fastest in the enclosure? It was fun for them. I guess the reptile house has some new statuary because I don't remember the lizard statues at the reptile house before. Outside the reptile house and these little cages have been here since as long as I can remember, maybe since the zoo opened. But you've got alligators and tortoises, and you rarely see the American alligator outside the water. But there that big boy is. So as we come past here, over to our left would be the south entrance to the zoo, and that is where the big parking lot is, everything like that. So if you came in from the south entrance, you'd be coming in at this point. I would suggest going to see River's Edge first and then coming back. But that's where the south entrance is. And now we're going to go to River's Edge, which is pretty much the end of our walk around the zoo. If you want to make it to River's Edge, you just have to follow the hippo footprints. So it's a little bit later in the day, and the River's Edge will be busy. The idea of the River's Edge is that you're walking through several different river systems from Asia, Africa, South America. You're going to see all animals from river systems in that area. I did a video with my other daughter in February after everything froze that you can go back and look at on the channel. And all of this was frozen. Absolutely beautiful. That's why I came out here that day. I thought I might get lucky and find it all frozen. As you walk through River's Edge, there will be different viewing areas to see the animals. You'll have to kind of wait your turn to get up and see if you can see whatever's in that area. This should be painted dogs from Africa. And I'm not sure if there's any. Oh, he's just laying right there by the blue ball. There's several areas where you can see the rhino. And I got to be honest with you, if you come to the zoo and you're able to get a really good look at the rhino, you are lucky because he is usually hiding. I don't know, he's shy or something. And he's usually behind the tree or way back in the back, and it's hard to see him. But check each viewing area because each viewing area gives you a little bit different angle. Here's the next viewing area for the rhino. I can see his face a little bit from here. Thought I'd let you know that at the hippo area, you have two choices. The upper hippo area goes to, it dead ends. It does dead end. You go up there and you get a chance to see basically hippo's back sticking out of the water. If they happen to be out of the water, you get to see the whole hippo, but they're rarely out of the water. My suggestion again is to swing to the right and be able to see the hippos down here. So this is the hippo viewing area. We don't usually go down because we've been here a lot. We just kind of walk by and take a look at them. But you can walk right up, get close to the hippos. They're usually in the water, right there next to the glass. It's a really great place to see hippos if you're interested in them. And of course, there's always lots of people here. Um, Cheetahs are another animal that are kind of a rarity at the St. Louis Zoo. They actually breed the cheetahs here and trying to save them. So they've got that whole breeding area in the back. We had the tornado recently that actually came through the zoo and tore up some of the trees. So the cheetahs have been mainly in the back. Oh, wow. I don't know if you can pick this up, but way back in the breeding area, you can kind of see the cubs. They've had a litter recently. You kind of see the cubs moving around. There they are. If you get a chance to see the cheetahs out in the open area, especially right now while they're still cleaning up from the tornado, you're kind of lucky at this point. But I think this is kind of lucky too, being able to see them even if they're way back there. So while we were looking at the cheetahs, one of the zoo volunteers was also telling people some facts about the cheetahs and some interesting things about the cheetah family that lives here. And I just thought I'd tell you, if you get a chance on an early morning to sit and talk with one of the zoo volunteers, they have a lot of great information about the animals, about the zoo. They love the zoo and they love the animals. Opposite is the cheetah, is the hyenas. So you get a chance to see the hyenas on the other side. Past the cheetahs, you're walking towards one of the other favorite exhibits at the zoo, which is the elephants. And again, as you're walking through the elephants, you can you can tell exactly where the elephants are out because that's where the most excitement is. Good. How about you?
Awesome. If you have questions as well, just let me know.
All right. Thank you. Is it, well, they're playing with the ball. Is it time to go home? Taking our ball and going home. Leaving River's Edge, you get to go through the Missouri River system and walk through a little tunnel that has a model of Missouri limestone and an aquarium with Missouri River fish. To come out of River's Edge, our normal route, what we've done for years and years and years, would be to take a left-hand turn here, walk past the Children's Zoo, and you'd be right at the entrance and exit, right there. Unfortunately, they're working on this right now, so we can't do this right now, so there is another way. If you come over here, there's a really nice walk through a Missouri wild garden, which honestly for years I didn't even know was here. And then they blocked my normal route and I had to find this one. Missouri Meadow, I guess is what it is. So it's just a little walk through the meadow, wildflowers, and it brings you out right by the stuff that we missed because we went past it as we were coming in, which is the stingray exhibit. You can take your kids in there and let them pet stingrays and things like that. So that's it. A loop around the zoo in about 2 hours. I think you get a chance to see all the animals. If you want to spend the day here, do all the stuff that we skipped. We come down because we're locals and we come numerous times a year and we see what there is to see and then we make it another day. But this is it, a great loop around the St. Louis Zoo without having to backtrack and go back and forth.